Former NBA player turned activist shares personal stories about human rights.
And after a historic run in the Sun Belt, JMU announced the new men's basketball coach.
Then men's basketball wasn't the only JMU squad to make it to Brooklyn. Find out how these musicians shine on the sidelines.
And I'm live from the bank of the James Field, where softball is preparing to take on Georgia State later today.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
Welcome back to Breeze TV. For one last time, I'm Maggie Rickerby.
And I'm Zoe Mallory. We have some breaking news to start our show today. Earlier this afternoon, JMU Athletics announced the new men's basketball head coach. Sports director Colby Reese is in studio with more on the new hire. Colby?
Thanks, Zoe. The men's basketball program announced the hiring of Morehead State head coach Preston Spradlin to replace Mark Byington. Spradlin coached at Morehead State for the past 8 seasons, recording 140 wins and 109 losses. He's led the Eagles to 2 NCAA tournaments in 2021 and this year, and 4 straight 20-plus win seasons. Spradlin is signing a 6-year deal to take over the Dukes program. In the announcement by JMU Athletics' Jeff Bourne, he said, quote, "The results speak for themselves, but beyond the results, we found a genuine and authentic coach and teacher who cares about his student athletes, about his institution, and the community." Spradlin himself said, quote, "My family and I are extremely excited for the opportunity to lead the JMU program and take over during a monumental time for the university. We are looking forward to connecting with the many supporters of JMU Athletics and partnering together to compete for future championships." This comes after the announcement that Mark Byington will be heading to Vanderbilt to take over the Commodores program after leading the Dukes the past 4 seasons. Byington led JMU to an historic 2023-24 season with a 32-4 overall record and 15-3 conference record. Those 32 wins make up a program record for victories in a season. JMU was ranked in the Associated Press Top 25 poll for the first time in history, peaking at number 18. The Dukes won their first Sun Belt championship and made an NCAA tournament appearance for the first time since 2013. 12th-seeded JMU upset number 5 Wisconsin in the first round of the tournament, 72-61, before losing in the second round to number 4 Duke. In his 4 years as head coach at JMU, Byington achieved an 82-36 overall record and a 27-9 Sun Belt Conference record. Byington will take over a Vanderbilt program which went 9-23 this season. For more on Byington's time in the Berg, pick up a copy of The Breeze or go to breezejmu.org/sports. That's all I have for men's basketball coaching updates. We'll have the remainder of the sports desk later in the show. Back to the main desk.
Thank you, Colby. The Young Americans for Freedom Foundation hosted an event with former NBA player Enes Kanter Freedom. Breeze TV's Abby Allard was there to see what he had to say.
Enes Kanter Freedom came to JMU to share what the true meaning of freedom was to him on Thursday. The former athlete said he faced expulsion from the NBA due to his choice of footwear, symbolizing his advocacy for human rights in China. He has since then spoken out about the importance of freedom of speech both internationally and here in the United States, but it wasn't always easy for him to voice his opinion as an activist, especially since he's spoken out against the Turkish government and has a bounty put on his head for expressing his opinion.
Throughout my whole life, I always wanted to be very careful about what I say, because as an activist, once you get into politics, you lose a lot of people. Because I think human rights is literally the only message that is going to bring two sides together.
The chairman of the Young Americans for Freedom played a pivotal role in selecting Kanter Freedom as a speaker for the event. He emphasized the alignment between the speaker and advocacy for freedom and the shared values of constitutional rights upheld by the YAF Foundation. Additionally, they are both committed to confronting the Chinese Communist Party's oppressive policies.
Look, even as we're a conservative organization, we still are bringing speech to campus, and we're still bringing valuable speech that you may or may not agree with, but that is okay. Come hear it out, come have that conversation with us, come be open about it. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish, that's what I'm trying to accomplish, and that's what I'm hoping to leave as chair to continue on with that accomplishment moving forward.
Many students lined up for a Q&A toward the end of Kanter Freedom's speech, which prompted dialogue on the topics of censorship. Fourth-year Reiner Gochnan came to the event initially as an NBA fan, but ended up learning about more than just basketball.
Learned like a lot of like really interesting things. Yeah, and it was cool to see his like take on how the NBA deals with censorship and like players' First Amendment rights and all those kind of things. But yeah, I did not think it was gonna like center on that.
Boggs says the YAF Foundation hopes attendees now have a sense of what is going on internationally with human rights issues. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Abby Allard.
The JMU chapter of 1000 Schools hosted a thrift shop fundraiser and festival this week to support children in Honduras. Breeze TV's Katie Woolston has more on the importance of educational access and how some in the JMU community are lending a helping hand.
Access to K-12 education is a given here in the United States, but in a place like Honduras, it's considered a luxury. These disparities led to the 1000 Schools Project, an organization on a mission to help from right here in Harrisonburg.
The 1000 Schools Project is something that's made to build schools in Honduras for children who otherwise wouldn't have access to an education. These are people who are going through gang violence and poverty and just do not have access to an education that would benefit them.
Anderson hopes the charity inspires students of Honduras to continue their education and get not only a high school diploma, but a college degree too. To her, the simplicity of an on-campus thrift shop allows JMU students to give back.
Sometimes it's just a little bit harder to think of how we can contribute because a lot of the time, a lot of us don't have a lot of money and don't have a lot of means to do what we would like to do. So I think opportunities like this are just really amazing.
The organization emphasized how great it is to give money to the cause, but other ways such as donating items or simply just spreading the word can also be impactful.
And I feel like it's a great idea because I feel like a lot of students want to participate in things like this, but they find it hard. But this is such a simple thing that they could do, just donating old clothes or buying clothes from like this area. They're like doing something a little bit bigger than if they weren't going to do anything at all.
For more information or to donate, go to JMU_1000 schools on Instagram. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Katie Woolston.
The Red Cross hosted a blood drive at Festival on Thursday. These drives are helping combat a nationwide blood shortage, which according to the Red Cross is ongoing, but improving. About a dozen donors signed up for the Red Cross's initiative Thursday. According to the Red Cross, every 2 seconds there's a hospital patient in need of a blood donation.
High school and college campuses are actually a critical part of the Red Cross strategy. We've had multiple blood drives this year on campus at JMU, and we've been really impressed with the turnout at those drives.
The Red Cross encourages college students to sign up for blood drives to provide relief for hospital patients.
Anxiety is one of the highest reported concerns among students in America, but JMU students do not have to struggle alone. The Counseling Center is hosting free anxiety workshops like COPE 60 and Anxiety Toolbox to help manage symptoms. COPE 60 is a 60-minute workshop practicing breathing techniques, muscle relaxation, and stress management. Anxiety Toolbox is made up of 3 50-minute parts. Part 1 explains what anxiety is and offers tips for healthier sleep. Part 2 dives into how thoughts and situations can cause anxiety and aims to remove tension with relaxation techniques. Part 3 makes a plan for managing anxiety through stories.
Stories are the best way for us to learn. We remember stories. So I definitely take a lot from the students who participate in the workshops, and hopefully they take a lot from the stories that I share.
These workshops not only help during student life. The Counseling Center says students can use these tips for the rest of their lives.
Thoughts, which is one of the things we talk about in Anxiety Toolbox, is something I do on a regular basis.
To find out more information on these events, you can go to JMU Counseling website under Services for Students and Specialized Workshops.
Magic can happen right here on campus. CASM is a nonprofit organization helping children whose parents are struggling with cancer. On Saturday, April 14th, at the Hall of Presidents, CASM will host their annual Make the Magic semi-formal gala to raise money for Camp CASM. The camp provides a supportive community in ways to cope with the stress that comes with the diagnosis. You can purchase your tickets to the event now at their website. If you still want to help but can't come to the event, you can make a donation at the same website to support families. Stay tuned to Breeze TV for more coverage of the event.
It's Disability Advocacy Week at JMU. The Office of Disability Services hosted painting, workshops, and a keynote speech by Temple Grandin, an autism spokesperson and animal behaviorist. The events are aimed to build community and teach college students about disability, accessibility, and inclusivity. This kind of advocacy work has been inspiring to many, including Zachary Bordelot, who has been working to make a change of his own.
I was thinking that, gee, and it would be really great to go and have some additional supports for people on the autism spectrum. And as I mentioned, a couple minutes ago, I have a son who's on the autism spectrum, and of course that, sort of makes that front and center for me.
Bordelot is creating Project Luminescence, an 11-month program to help students with autism spectrum disorder attend JMU successfully. He's been inspired by his past students with autism who have struggled with their classes and wants to give them equal opportunities to succeed.
People just need to be more aware that people on the autism spectrum are out there, and that these are people who are going to be your coworkers, are going to be your friends, etc. And I think we need to go and develop better awareness of ways we can support those people.
The program will offer career preparation and extra support from teaching assistants. Bordelot plans on a summer 2025 launch.
Music for the Mind, a benefit concert promoting mental health awareness, will take the stage at Wilson Auditorium tomorrow night. Interlaced with speeches and poetry readings, the concert will send proceeds to the JMU Counseling Center. Breeze TV's executive producer Sam Game spoke with Associate Professor Bobby Vaziri, who organized the event with Vice President for Student Affairs Tim Miller.
Music is such an integral part of everybody's lives, and so as a musician and a music lover yourself, how can music play a part in people's mental health?
Oh, it plays such a big part, yeah. I mean, I know for me, the writing process and the producing process can be very therapeutic. And even just listening to kind of a fun song, or even sometimes a more serious and mellow song can really kind of help you understand your mood and kind of put you in that place that you are. It has this ability to express a language that we can't really speak in words. And so I think that's really, really special.
What do you think the JMU community is going to take away from this?
Yeah, I think one is a sense of community, and I think one really cool thing, there's, I like the idea of showing, that JMU isn't, professors and then students, and it's like we're all kind of part of one community. There'll be a fun little surprise that I may be doing a duet with a fellow student, and I think it's going to be we're really excited about that. So I think it just kind of shows that we're showing that sense of community. And that we all kind of belong here, and that we're just going to have a fun night playing music and just kind of like understanding and talking about mental health.
Well, to close out Women's History Month, the Sports Desk highlights JMU's top women athletes.
And men's tennis hosts a tight match against Southern Miss.
And the football Dukes are back at Bridgeforth preparing for the season ahead. Keep it here.
It's bow time. Combine the bold taste of Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, and you get Bo's Bird Dog. Grab 2 for $5. Available for a limited time only. It's bow time. It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long.
So much flavor.
Eat and repeat while it lasts.
So much flavor.
It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl starts with dirty rice, topped with Cajun pintos, chicken, and cheese.
How's that chicken rice bowl?
It's bold from the bottom up.
Get a fresh, hearty chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. 1 bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2 for $4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk, your source for all things JMU sports. I'm Colby Reese. Breeze TV's Eric Shellhouse is live at Bank of the James Field at Veterans Memorial Park to give us updates in the world of softball. Eric?
Thanks, Colby. Wednesday afternoon, softball hosted the University of Virginia for the 35th meeting between the teams, with the all-time series tied at 17 wins each. Reporters Piper Hepler and Sam Reinert were there to cover the action.
Rival Wednesday and lost to the Cavaliers in a 6-inning game. UVA took the lead early in the top of the first, scoring 5 runs, and JMU responded with a run. The Cavaliers answered the challenge, scoring 3 runs and an RBI by the end of the third, threatening a run rule game, but it was avoided in the 5th thanks to hits by KK Mathis, Reed Butler, and Jasmine Hall, making the score 9-3.
I was proud of our offense for not just throwing the game away and finding a way to extend the game, and they did a good job with that.
UVA continued its push and scored 3 more runs in the top of the 6th to end the game early. Despite the loss, JMU is proud of its perseverance through the deficit.
I think we made some good plays in the field. We didn't give in. I think that's a big thing. We could have easily gave in, let them run rule us in the bottom of the 5th, and we didn't.
As the team looks at upcoming conference play on the schedule, they'll take what's been learned from this game and know starting strong is the key to holding off tough opponents.
Everybody plays their best against us. They step on the field and they are ready to go. And like I've said all year, the Sun Belt, all the teams come ready to play. We have to expect, again, they're coming out first inning, we've got to dominate from the start.
The Dukes will face the Panthers this weekend, a team they lost its series to last season. The team hopes to start fast against a scrappy opponent.
I think we got to do a good job, especially being at home, coming on fire, getting 3 outs, shut their first 3 batters down, and come and score the first. And I think that'll set our momentum for the rest of the weekend.
Reporting from the bank of the James Field at Veterans Memorial Park, alongside Sam Reinert, I'm Piper Hepler.
Thursday, the Dukes took the first game of its 3-game set against Georgia State, winning 12-6. Madison's offense was powered by 4 home runs from Peyton List, KK Mathis, Bella Hensler, and Lexi Rogers, with all 4 players recording 2 runs batted in. Along with her offensive contributions, List started her day on the mound pitching 3 innings and recording 3 strikeouts. Alyssa Humphrey then shut down the Panthers' offense in relief, allowing 1 run over 4 innings and recording 5 punchouts. Jasmine Hall and Reed Butler both recorded a pair of hits, with Butler extending her 26-game on-base streak. The victory snapped a 3-game losing streak for JMU, improving its record to 19-13 on the season. Game 2 will take place shortly here at 4 p.m., with the series finale set for 12 p.m. tomorrow. That's all from the bank of the James Field. Back to you all in the studio.
Thank you, Eric. We're now throwing it over to Breeze TV's Piper Hepler, who is in studio to highlight women in sports. Piper.
Thanks, Colby. During the last week of Women's History Month, several JMU athletes from a variety of sports displayed exceptional performances. Peyton McDaniel led the women's basketball team in scoring and rebounding this season. She was also named to the 2024 Sun Belt All-Tournament team, second team All-Sun Belt, and the 2023-24 College Sports Communicators Academic All-District Women's Basketball team. Maddie Epke, a sophomore on the lacrosse team, was named to the Teal Wharton Award watch list this past Thursday. During JMU's game against Cincinnati on Saturday, Epke sent the university's single-game record of draw controls, securing 14 during the contest. This season, she has also been named the Intercollegiate Women's Lacrosse Coaches Association Offensive Player of the Week, USA Lacrosse Player of the Week, and ACC Attack Player of the Week. KK Mathis leads the softball team with 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in, and 8 stolen bases. Earlier this month, the sophomore infielder hit the walk-off home run to defeat Texas State 3-1. That wraps up our coverage for Women's History Month. We want to give a shout out to all of JMU's female athletes and coaches who help to make their programs better every day. That's all from me. Colby, back to you.
Thank you, Piper. Men's tennis dropped its match against Southern Miss Thursday, 4-3. The Duke struck first, clinching the doubles point and built its lead to 2-0 with a straight set singles victory from Julian Lozano. Yusuf Sadik contributed a straight set singles victory as well, pushing the team to a 3-1 match lead and 1 game within victory. However, the Golden Eagles rallied 5 straight games in the third set of each of the last 2 matchups. During the final singles set, Southern Miss defended 7 match points to finish off an improbable comeback. JMU's record now sits at 7-10. They are winless in conference play at 0-5 versus Sun Belt opponents. The team resumes play at home on Saturday with a 10 a.m. match against Louisiana. Coming off an 11-2 regular season and a trip to its first bowl game last year, JMU football is revving up for the 2024 season. The team recently added Chris Smith as its offensive run game coordinator. Smith spent 2023 as an assistant coach with the New York Giants. Both players and head coach Bob Chesney credit Smith for his smarts and having great attention to detail. With some changes to the coaching staff and several athletes leaving through graduation or the transfer portal, many players say they've come to practice with even more energy than last offseason. The older players are also taking a greater role on the field, mentoring the younger athletes and pushing them to be great.
Oh, it's been really good. You know, a lot of us on this team are going to, compete against each other. It's only going to make us better.
The Dukes are less than a month out from their 2024 spring game set for April 20th at Bridgeport Stadium. Before I wrap up the sports desk for one final time, I just want to say what an honor it's been to be Breeze TV Sports Director this year. I want to thank the hard work of the sports desk this year, and I can't wait to see where the sports desk goes in the future. That's all from the world of sports. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Colby. Well, calling all Nova Dukes, how this new Facebook group aims to make your trip home easier.
And who's that in the Arboretum? These feathered friends were spotted in the trees.
Then, executive editor Michael Russo gives his final weather update.
Stay tuned for the end of our seniors' last show.
It's bow time. Combine the bold taste of Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, and you get Bo's Bird Dog. Grab 2 for $5. Available for a limited time only. It's bow time. It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long.
So much flavor.
Eat and repeat while it lasts.
So much flavor.
It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl starts with dirty rice, topped with Cajun pintos, chicken, and cheese.
How's that chicken rice bowl?
It's bold from the bottom up.
Get a fresh, hearty chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. 1 bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2 for $4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time.
This is Breeze TV.
Breeze TV traveled to Brooklyn, New York last week as JMU men's basketball competed in the NCAA tournament. News director Kayla Brown is in studio with more on the root of JMU's electric presence. Kayla?
Thanks, Zoe. JMU's fan base was loud and proud last weekend. At the heart of their noise, the pep band. 29 of the 110 members went to Brooklyn to support the team. Though smaller than normal, they were no less mighty. I made it to their hotel in Manhattan to learn about their place in basketball's historic season.
Play loud, be obnoxious, have fun, support the Dukes.
Meet the Tubas. Zach, Henry, and Caitlin are different ages with different majors, but it's the pep band and their massive instruments that tie the three together.
The success of our athletic programs means that we, on the back end, get to have a lot of fun too.
And by fun, Stackpole means getting to play in Pensacola for the Sun Belt Championship, and again a week later in New York City for March Madness.
We get to watch the same team that we've seen at our home stadium for the last 3 months, but now we get to be in this way cool arena with them.
The notable JMU chant starts with the pep band. Tip-off to buzzer, the musicians don't stop. They alter their music to keep the crowd energized during wins and hopeful when they're falling behind.
It actually makes our day when we do chants and the crowd learns the chant. You know, when we start doing a chant and suddenly the crowd, the whole arena starts doing it.
Everybody in the pep band wants to be there. I think that's really nice and it adds to the energy.
At Friday's game against Wisconsin, the band played for over 17,000 people.
The whole time I was just full of butterflies.
To be down there with the team, with the crowd, chanting them on from the sideline, it's a surreal experience that I never thought I could have at 18 years old.
But it's not the bright lights and fancy trips that drive the musicians, but their true school spirit.
A lot of the pep band's value is shown not in venues like this, where we're like at the Barclays Center, insane JMU turnout, lots of passion everywhere, but it's at games that, are on a Thursday and people are, in class or busy or things like that. And the pep band can kind of come in and supplement a student section.
No matter what instrument they play or what section they belong to, it's getting to play with the people they love for the teams they love.
We're all coming together to make music. That's very powerful.
We play as loud as we can with little regard for artistic quality of tone. We rock. We rock so hard.
That group certainly had some pep in their step. If you missed the Breeze's multimedia March Madness coverage, it's not too late. This story and more can be found under the March Madness tab at breezejmu.org. Today is my last day as news director here at Breeze TV. I just wanted to say a special thank you to my team for all their hard work and growth this year, and to all of you for your unwavering support. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thank you for everything you've done for us this year, Kayla. Well, there's a community initiative with the goal of easing the burden on parents driving back and forth from JMU and Northern Virginia. It took shape in mid-February. With so many students from Virginia, the Northern Virginia or Nova Rides is a reliable mode of transportation for students in need of a ride. The visionary behind the Facebook group thought of the idea after struggling to find his daughter a ride home. So far, the group has garnered support with over 90 participants in little over a month.
Enjoy the camaraderie and meeting new students from your home area, and I just hope it's well utilized and people find it easier to get rides back and forth or to send things back and forth for the parents.
Students have contacted Cooper expressing their gratefulness for the group. He says he's happy to facilitate shuttling the young adults back to their home base.
If you pass by Urban Exchange, you might see something that catches your eye. Multiple stories high, the building's new mural is hard to miss. Amsterdam native Nils Westergaard spent a week in Harrisonburg painting a top-to-bottom mural covering the Urban Exchange sidewall. Westergaard is known for ambitious projects. Larger than his latest mural, the 3D art piece shows a man playing a game of chess. It's drawn the attention of many Harrisonburg locals who are struck by the painting's ambition and subtle nature.
Guess who's made their debut in the Arboretum? Owls have been spotted in JMU's Arboretum. Arboretum Education Coordinator Katie Rankin hopes that the owls will encourage more people to visit and experience the beauty of nature.
The Arboretum is a great treasure on campus, and we'd encourage people to come visit, not just for the owls, because they're going to hang out for a few more weeks and then go to wherever they want to go, but it's a great thing to see all kinds of nature creatures, plants, flowers, so it's well worth a visit.
With an uptick in visitors, Rankin says local bird lovers have had a hoot searching for these creatures.
Well, it's looking like some warm days are ahead. Executive editor Michael Russo has the full breakdown on this weekend's weather. Michael?
Thanks, Maggie. You're right, we do have a warm weekend ahead across the Shenandoah Valley. Today, highs are in the low 60s, but will dip down into the 40s as the night approaches. Conditions will be sunny or partly cloudy with a moderate breeze. And on Saturday, you might see still see some clouds, but temperatures will rise to the upper 60s and lower 70s, reaching as high as 74 in Petersburg and Charlottesville. And for Sunday, to close out the weekend, temperatures will be fairly similar, and there's also a 20 to 30% chance of rain before heavier April showers and thunderstorms kick off the month on Monday. That's all for this weekend's weather. Now over to Breeze TV's Alexa Bonilla for a special announcement.
Thanks, Michael. Today is a really bittersweet day for all of us here at Breeze TV. It's the last show for our seniors class of 2024. So although a lot of us will be back here same time, same place next week, we'll have a new staff taking on bigger roles on screen and behind the scenes. Let's reflect on the seniors' time here at Breeze TV.
I don't know if I have enough words to say what I want to say to you guys. You guys got here in the middle of COVID. You lost your senior years, most of your freshman years here, and somehow you guys picked up the pieces and created a student newscast that is second to none in the state of Virginia. Zoe and Maggie, my anchors, thank you for making me laugh, for keeping me sane, for talking to me about the stories you are doing. You guys are top notch and have great things to look forward to in your careers. Sam Game, my EP, you've got news acumen that is rare for most people your age. You understand what news is, you know where to find it, you know the type of stories that need to be told. And beyond that, you're just a pretty awesome person. You have nothing but good things in front of you. Michael, the big boss man, the executive editor, you are truly what this organization needed. And personally, I want to say I'm so happy that you really took an interest in the broadcast side. Leading from the front is something that I think you did very well. And doing it with that even-keeled nature of yours was amazing. Ellie, I'm not sure where we'd be on the production side if we didn't have you there anchoring literally every last part of it. If we needed you somewhere, you filled the spot. Going out and shooting constantly, technical directing, running anything in the studio and doing it was amazing for me to see. And your attitude towards doing it is the type of attitude that you need in this business. You need to be able to just put your head down and grind. Eric, you're kind of one of those great utility players who was there willing to help and willing to do what needed to be done for anyone that needed that help. Maddie Gallagher, your writing, especially when it comes to video packages, is something that I always thought was very natural and something that I thought you always just did a really good job on. You're also just a funny person. You always make me laugh. I'm excited that you put so much time and effort into the organization. Regine, you are a workhorse. The effort and the work and what you put into politics week after week over the course of years was amazing. Your dedication to trying to make it absolutely the best that it could be was really inspiring. Jacob's like the silent assassin, just getting it done. I love that you have worked for Breeze TV and have done, the videography and some packages and have just been there in the background, grinding at it. As someone who's willing to go in there and be able to help out where needed and do a good job at it. Kayla, my 2023-2024 news director. Words can't do enough to explain how much I appreciate your hard work, your dedication, your passion, your friendship, and your knowledge. It was such a nice thing for me to know that I had someone in that position that kind of shared a news brain. But truly, you are one of the hardest workers I know. The success that all of you will have leaving here is in part due to the fact that you're all willing to put in the time and put in the effort and do the hard things.
You've all done such great work at Breeze TV, and it's been an honor to watch you all develop into such talented, powerful storytellers. We need journalists and videographers like you out there telling important stories, so go make us proud.
Wow, okay, I thought I wasn't gonna cry, okay. That was a beautiful, beautiful video. Thank you all so much for putting that together. Special shout out to Parkhurst. You've been there from the beginning for me, and we had a Zoom call in 2020, and you told me about Breeze TV, and here I am, and I can say it was definitely the highlight of my college career. To everyone, Zoe, everyone in this room, I can't think of other people's names right now, Colby, Ellie, just everybody, Kayla, Sam, you guys are amazing people and you're gonna do amazing, amazing things. And this doesn't feel real, it doesn't feel like the end, because I know that it's not. I know that I'm gonna see you guys soon. I'm gonna see you on TV, I'm gonna be watching from afar, but I love everyone here, I love the studio, I'm gonna miss it so much. Breeze TV has genuinely made my college experience what it needs to be, and I don't know what I would do without you guys. So thank you. And big thanks to my family and friends that always tune in and watch. And shout out to my family that's in the studio today. I love you guys.
Yeah, just going off of what Maggie said, the Breeze has made my entire college experience. I never thought that I would be where I am now when I came to JMU 4 years ago, and I'm just so grateful to this entire organization that I'm so lucky to get to call my second family. I want to say thank you to Colby and Ellie and Sam Reinert and Eric and Alexa and Piper and Kayla and everybody who's in that group me. Like, I love you guys so much. I don't want to get too much because I'm already sobbing. And I know there's a bet going around about how long my bye-bye was going to be, so I'm going to prove them all wrong. But just thank you guys for supporting me over the past 3 years in the Breeze, and thank you to everybody at home and Parkhurst and Alessi and Brad and Blake. Just thank you so much for supporting us. And I'm so entirely grateful for this experience, and I can't wait to keep watching. I will always be watching. So for one last time, reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Zoe Mowry.
And I'm Maggie Rickerby.